Okay, the UK has 32 IPCs to spend. It spent $4 to get its technology, which will be revealed this turn. It's jet fighters. And it has 28 left. Or, sorry, 26 left. No. 26 left, yeah. So it's going to spend 12 IPCs on a factory and 16 IPCs on an aircraft carrier. Okay, we'll be declaring some attacks. The first one is an attack on C-Zone 112 with the tactical bomber from Scotland, the two fighters from the UK, and the strategic bomber from the UK. And there is a real possibility, of course, that the Germans will scramble, but we'll see what happens there. Okay. The other attacks that we have, we will be attacking in North Africa. The 3 units in El Alamein, the tank, the armor, the tank, the artillery, and the mechanized infantry, along with the mechanized infantry from Egypt and the tactical bomber, will be coming into Tobruk. That also will be supported by a fighter from Malta. And the TAC bomber will most probably be making a targeted attack on the tank, so we'll see what happens there. What else? What else? Oh, there's 2 more attacks in the Pacific Theater. 3 more attacks, technically. 3 infantry and a fighter will be going up against the 2 infantry in Burma. And then there will be an amphibious assault on Sumatra, but prior to that, the transport in C-Zone 41 will be taken out. The tactical bomber from India and the fighter that's already on the carrier will participate in the Sumatra assault. So I think that's it. Roll some dice. Okay, this is the attack on C-Zone 112. There are 2 submarines in the C-Zone, but they cannot be attacked, so I didn't put them on the battle board. There's no destroyer present, so they cannot be hit by the planes. Okay, so the bomber has 2 2s. The 2 fighters, which are jets, have 2 4s, and the tactical bomber in combined arms mode is also a 4. Okay, here we go. Oh, and of course the Germans have scrambled their fighter and their tactical bomber. 2 hits. So we're going to lose the destroyer, and we're going to damage the aircraft carrier. Okay, so we have a carrier and a destroyer at 2, attack bomber at 3, and a fighter at 4. 3 hits. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess we'll lose the strat, one of the fighters, and the attack bomber. The fighter will retreat. Wow, that was really, really terrible. That was really awful. Okay. Well, that's the end of that attack. Okay, this is the battle for Tobruk. The UK is coming in with 2 mechs, an artillery, a tank, a fighter. Oops, sorry, the fighter is a jet fighter, so that should be in the 4 column, sorry. And a tactical bomber, and the TAC is going to perform a target select on the tank. And it missed. Okay, so we have a 1 for the unsupported mech, 2 2s for the supported mech and the artillery, a 3 for the tank, I already rolled that one, and then a 4 for the jet fighter. 2 hits. So I'm going to lose the Italian pieces, I think. Actually, I'll keep 1 of those, and I'll lose the infantry, sorry. Okay, so there are 2 infantry and a mechanized infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 tank. No hits. Okay, well that was awfully lucky for the British. Okay, so we roll everything again, except there's no target select this time. 4 hits, they only needed 3, so the battle is won. But we'll see what the German response is. German and Italian response is. 1 hit. Okay, so they lose 1 mechanized infantry, and everything else is good. Alright, that was an extraordinarily successful attack, and England takes the territory. Okay, this is the battle to clear the sea zone in Sea Zone 41. The carrier HMS Formidable is coming into the sea zone, along with the transport HMS Empire Spearhead with an infantry and an artillery in preparation for the amphibious landing. And the ship that's actually doing the killing is the cruiser HMS Newfoundland, which is auto-sinking the Japanese transport Awata Maru. So again, we don't have to roll any dice here. It's an auto-kill, but the sea zone is cleared in preparation for the amphibious assault landing. Okay, this is the amphibious landing in Sumatra. The Japanese are defending with an infantry and an artillery. The British are coming in the HMS Empire Spearhead with an infantry and an artillery. But there's also a tactical bomber and a jet fighter in the mix. The TAC is going to try and perform a target select on the artillery piece. Miss. Okay. So 2 2s and a 4 versus 2 2s. 1 hit. So this guy's dead. 1 hit, so the infantry's dead. Alright, we roll 3 of those. And we get our hits, but does the Japanese artillery defend? It does not. So UK takes the territory with only 1 casualty. Okay, here's the attack on Burma. 3 infantry at 1 and a jet fighter at 4. 1 hit. So one of these 2 guys is dead. 2 infantry in defense. No hits. UK attack. 1 hit. There are 2 hits. They only need 1. Japanese defense. Hit. Okay, so UK loses 1 infantry, taking Burma back. Okay, non-combat for the UK. The destroyer in Sea Zone 119 is going to move to Sea Zone 111. The transport and battleship in 119 are going to move down to 109. The destroyer in 91 is going to move to Sea Zone 110 as a blocker. The fighter that participated in the Sea Zone 112 attack is going to land back in the United Kingdom. Down in Africa, the fighter and the attack bomber that participated in the Tobruk attack are going to land back in Egypt. The Anglo-Egyptian Sudan infantry is going to come to Egypt. The Transjordan infantry is going to come to Egypt. The Iraq infantry is going to come to Transjordan. The guy all the way down there in South Africa is going to rail 3 spots to Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. Over here, on the Pacific side, the guy in Iran is going to go to Eastern Iran. The destroyer in Sea Zone 80 is going to make steam and go to Sea Zone 39 as a bit of a blocker there. The guy in West India is going to go into India, and the fighter is going to land back in India. In Sea Zone 41, the 2 planes that participated in the Sumatra attack are going to land on the carrier. And I think, if I haven't missed anything, that's all of the movement. So we'll come back with placements and money in a sec. Okay, placement for the UK. They're going to put their new carrier in Sea Zone 109 with the battleship. And they're going to put their new factory, surprise, surprise, in Egypt. Okay, in terms of territory changes, Tobruk is now English, although it's not worth any money, for England anyway. And then over on this side of the board, Burma becomes English again, and Sumatra becomes English. So we're going to take away 5 IPCs from the Japanese and give 5 IPCs to the British. So Japan was at 57, they're going to go down to 52. Bit of a log jam at 52. And these guys are going to go up 31 to 36. Okay, so 36 base income, plus 2 for holding Iraq, plus 2 for holding Iran, plus 5 for holding El Alamein, Egypt, and Transjordan. But there is a convoy we need to roll here. There are 2 German submarines here, which means they're going to get at least 2. They can get a maximum of 3 because they hold Egypt and Transjordan. So if they get anything here, it's an automatic 3. 3. So it's an automatic 3. So we will take away 3 IPCs. So they had 36 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5. We'll take away 3 of those. So they have 36, 37, 42 they should have. So there's 2. And so 42 IPCs to start the round 2 of the game. Okay. All right, let's do disposition of forces. So, in the United Kingdom, in the capital, there are 2 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 tank, 1 fighter, along with 2 Canadian infantry and an artillery, 2 French infantry, and a French fighter. In Sea Zone 111, there's a destroyer. In Sea Zone 110, there's a destroyer. And in Sea Zone 109, there's a transport, a battleship, and a new carrier. In North Africa, in Tobruk, there's a mechanized infantry, a tank, and an artillery. In Egypt, there are 4 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 fighter, and 1 tactical bomber. In Anglo-Egyptian Sudan, there's an infantry. In Transjordan, there's an infantry. And in eastern Iraq, there's an infantry. Moving on to the Pacific side of the board. In India, there is an infantry and a fighter. In Burma, there are 2 infantry. In Sea Zone 39, there is a destroyer. In Sea Zone 41, there is a cruiser, a fully loaded carrier with a fighter and attack bomber, and a transport. And in Sumatra, there is an artillery piece. All right, that's the UK's turn. Italy's going to be up next, so we'll see what they do.